Well, hey y'all, looky here what I have. It is finally strawberry season in Arkansas. So I have a whole flat from Bill's Berries in Newport. So let me show you how I'm going to get these ready to deal with. Today we're going to make some strawberry freezer jam. First I'm going to show you how I clean my strawberries. So I'm going to set this down. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I have is 2 bowls of clean water. And to this bowl, there's probably, I don't know, y'all, it's just a bowl almost full of water with enough room for the strawberries so they don't overfloat. So I'm gonna add this much vinegar. It doesn't have to be exact. Just a couple splashes. And this is just a distilled white vinegar. Save your apple cider vinegar for other stuff than this. But this in here is gonna really help clean these strawberries. Let me move this. So what I'm just going to do is open these up. And then I'm just going to irritate and agitate. And this vinegar in here will kill any mold spores that happen to be on it. They'll kill anything that's, if some of the workers might have had something on their hands, it'll take care of that also. Okay, then I'm just going to put them over into my clean water that does not have any vinegar in it. And this is a great way to wash your produce. And you're going to rinse the vinegar off, so it's not going to leave a vinegar taste. But, you know, if you're making vinaigrette, save a step. But it does help to go ahead and wash to get anything off of it. Little petals or anything that might still be stuck to it. Then we'll take them out and put them on a cookie sheet that's lined with paper towel. Alrighty, there we go. Now I'm going to do this to 3 or 4 more of these, and then we'll be ready to get to getting on doing some good strawberry things. So I'll see y'all back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, I'm done with washing and rinsing, and I have a whole cookie tray full, and I have 3 containers left. But I'm going to show you this water. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there is all kinds of ugh in the bottom of it. So let me just dispose of this. And we will just use that bowl for our stems and everything. So let me show you. Now last year we did this and it was great fun. You can take a soda straw and take your strawberry, hold it by its little leaves, stick the soda straw pretty close to in the middle, and it'll pop that crown right out and bring some of that white core with it. And you may have a little bit left to trim, but for the most part, it does get all of that out. And then I'm just going to slice these just a little bit like that. And take our straw. And this is great if you have kids that want to help you, or if you have someone that is knife challenged. That is a good thing to let them do. And really a sonic straw works the best because they seem to be a little sturdier and a little bit stronger. And you don't have to use that. It's just something fun to do, just in case somebody needs a little help in the kitchen. There we go. So I'm going to do the rest of these, and then we'll get back together and we'll measure out 2 cups for our freezer jam. So I'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, y'all, this is the last strawberry that I'm gonna cut up for this. And I know I have too many here, but that's gonna be okay because I've got plans for the rest of these. I'm just gonna sugar them and put them up. So, okay. Now the recipe from the good people at SureJell calls for 2 cups of crushed strawberries and 4 cups of white sugar. So that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, I'm just gonna take some of these put them in my dish, and I'm gonna crush them. Now, this is not scientific. The rest of this is gonna be scientific. So let's just get to crushing on these and we'll see if we have 2 cups. Now you can use a lot of things. You can use the clean digits God gave you. You can use, this is a rata chopper, has little teeth on it. You could use your biscuit cutter. And here's another little, is this a rata? I don't know what this is. This was Mother's, but it's oblong. So we're just gonna get to crushing. Okay, let's see if this is 2 cups. Okay, let's see here. Yep, there we go. 2 cups. I'm gonna put this right back in this bowl. And to this, I'm gonna add 4 cups of white sugar. Now, I know that's a lot of sugar. You go, bro. I know that's a lot of sugar, but you're not eating this all at one time, or we shouldn't be eating all these jars at one time. So it's gonna balance out, because all things in moderation. Even moderation. So we're going to use 4 cups of sugar. There's 1, 4. Now, you know, I really like to use monk fruit whenever I'm sweetening my tea or anything like that. But when you're making freezer jams and different things, you really do need to use real sugar. And you need to use the proper amount, because if you don't use the proper amount, then it's not going to set up. And then you got to start adding this, that, and the other thing to it. And the next thing you know is y'all just go town and buy a half a gallon of ice cream and use it for ice cream topping. But if you'll use the 4 cups of sugar, 2 cups of fruit. Now I will find any other fruit variations, and I'll add that too, because I know last year, wasn't last year, because last year Mother was sick and I didn't get anything done like this. Year before that, I did strawberry freezer jam, and I did a savory strawberry freezer jam, which I did exactly like this, but I added red pepper flakes. That was delicious, but we didn't like that enough to use up another bunch for that. And I did make peach, and that was pretty good, but you just can't beat strawberry. Alrighty, there we go. I'm gonna let this sit here for 10 minutes and clean my mess up, and we'll get back together when it's time to do something with the SureJell. So I'll see you back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, it's sat here for about 10 minutes. Now, according to the good people at SureJell, they say use 1 package of their SureJell. Does it say anything special? Premium fruit pectin. This is the original. And there are 2 packets in here. Oh, there's just 1 packet in here. So let's just see. Now, somebody asked me on that video last year, this is 49 grams. I think she had some of this that was in the bulk, and so she was wondering about if it was in the, how many grams it was. So, alrighty, let's just open this up right here. I have 3/4 of a cup of clear water in my saucepan. Okay, and I'm going to stir this up until it's clear, completely clear, and not cloudy anymore. And then I'm going to put it on the cook stove, and I'm going to bring it to a boil. And whenever I'm going to set my timer, and so whenever it boils for 1 full minute, stirring constantly, then we'll get back together and we're going to pour it over our strawberries. So I'll see y'all back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, it came to a boil, and I let it boil and stirred it constantly for 1 minute. So I'm just going to drizzle this in real slowly, because we don't want to cook these strawberries. We want these to continue to have this wonderful fresh flavor this fresh, just picked flavor. So we're just gonna drizzle this in real slow. Really good and stirred up. And then they say to let it sit for 3 minutes before we put it in our jars. So, one final stir. Okay, I'll see y'all back in 3 minutes. Okay, y'all, we let this sit here for 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now we're not going to water bath these, we're not gonna can these, we're not gonna do any of that kind of stuff, but we still do want all of our jars to be absolutely spotless and clean and sterilized. Now we are going to go into the freezer with these, so you do want to leave at least a ½ inch of headroom. I may leave a little bit more than that, so let's just keep it on. Okay, now we're getting to our very last one. Now, in the vein of my mother growing up in the Depression, she didn't throw anything away that could have been used. And so we always had jellies and different things, and the strangest things, like a Merle Norman jelly cold cream jar that had that white lid that was scalloped around the edge. And Mother, that was back when you would use paraffin to close off your jelly. So obviously I'm not going to do that today. I don't know if that's recommended by the ball people to do that, but these can stay in your freezer. They say up to a year, but who are we kidding? It'll be fine longer than that. Because, you know, I told y'all last year I didn't make any of these because that's when Mother was going through her thing. This is the very last one, and this is from 2 summers ago, and it's still great. There's nothing wrong with this. It is delicious. Matter of fact, the next time I make biscuits, this will probably disappear. So, but I do have my, let me get a clean paper towel, and I'm gonna wipe off these edges. So, hang on just a second here, y'all. Let me reach over top of your head. All right, now I'm just gonna clean up these lids here. Now, when you get these jarred, get the lids on them, we'll leave them sitting on the counter 24 hours before we put them in the freezer. And I'm not just gonna swirl that lid down on there tight as I'll get out. I have a little bit of leeway. Of course, I've left enough headway that they're not going to, this one here is the fullest, so this one may be the one that bypasses the freezer and replaces this one right here. So, just get our lids on it. And these were all clean and sterilized, and these are brand new caps. There we go. And you see, I'm not just screwing these down just too terribly tight. Now you can use plastic containers to put this in, that's great. If you're a little leery about putting glass in the freezer, but don't be, y'all. Just leave enough headspace so there's expansion room, and you'll be golden. Okay, there we go. This is going to be so delicious. And I'll find the other like blackberry or whatever else I can find, and I'll put that in the instructions at the top on Facebook and on the underneath on the YouTube, and that Instagram has got me going round and round. I don't know what to tell you about that one. So anyway, these are going to be delicious, and I'll see y'all next time, and y'all go do something fun.